Hello, my name is Adriana Gonzalez, and I will be demonstrating Packet Tracer 9.3.3 Hsrp configuration guide. As you can see, this Packet Tracer is divided into part 1, part 2, and part 3. So within this Packet Tracer, what they're asking from us first is to verify connectivity. So we're going to start with step 1. Starting with step 1, trace the path to the web server from PCA. So what they're asking from us is to go ahead and open PCA and command prompt. We're going to trace the path from PCA to the web server by executing tracer 209.165.200.226. Here you can see everything that comes up here. You can match that up to the addressing table, but it should be complete at the end following trace complete. For step 2, they're asking us to repeat the processes from step 1, but with PCB. So we're going to exit out of PCA, get into PCB, open command prompt, and do essentially the same thing. So tracer this up really quick. 209.165.200.226. So it should be complete. All of these can match up to the addressing table to identify which ones, what devices and what the path is from PCA or PCB to the web servers. Now for step 3, trace complete. Observe the network behavior when R3 becomes unavailable. So this is going to be kind of like a trial error. We're going to go ahead and open. Well, first we're going to delete the connection or the link between R3 and S3. No, we are going to, right here, S3 to R3. So now we're going to hit escape to be able to get out of that. We're going to open the command prompt on PCB and exert what we had previously done. So you hit up arrow, and after hitting up arrow, you should see when you compare the current output and with the output of the command, you'll see that it is not going to go through because we took the link away. Yeah, request timeout. So now that we've done that, we can exit out of here and click connections, which is this little lightning bulb. We're going to hit copper straight through. After you hit copper straight through, you hit S3. We're going to connect to gigabit Ethernet 02, connecting to R3 gigabit Ethernet 00. So after the link turns green, which we're waiting on this orange one to turn green, we can go ahead and check the connection by the web server. So let's see, still not green. Is our link green? Still waiting on this. There we go, green and green. So requested timeout. Now we're going to go ahead and do that again to test connectivity, and it should work because we re-put it. There we go. Here are all our addresses, trace complete. For step 2, configure Hsrp on R3. There's going to be 2 different steps. So to configure R2 as the standby router, we have to configure R2 interface that is connected to LAN 2, and then we're going to repeat these steps 1B and 1C above. So to begin, we're going to start with step 3, verifying Hsrp configuration. So in order to do this, we're going to open up R1, and we are going to enable configure terminal. And so to verify Hsrp by issuing show standby command, we have to insert show standby. Oh, my bad. Show standby. after taking a second look, I forgot to mention that we need to get to interface G0/1 before we put in our show standby command. So now that we have that, we will go to standby version. We'll now put standby version 2. Spell that, standby version 2. Next, we will put next we will set priority to 150. So standby 1 priority 150. So now we will indicate prep. So stand by 1 preempt. Okay. We are done with that step. So for step 2, configuring Hsrp on R3, we're going to do the similar steps to what it asked in step 1, but with R3. So let's go ahead and open up R3. We will enable configure terminal, and this time we will put interface G0/1 followed by standby version 2, standby 1 IP 192.168.1.4. Make sure I wrote that correct. Standby 1 IP. Right. Okay, so coming to step 3. Right, step 3, verifying Hsrp configuration. So for step 3, we're going to go ahead and open up R1 so we can verify Hsrp configuration. We're going to end this and then show standby. And we can see gigabit Ethernet 01. It's in group 1, version 2, and the state is active. Now coming to R3. So same thing here. End. And then show standby. Gigabit Ethernet group 1 version 2 state is active. You can see the virtual IP address, the active MAC address, the active router is local, and preemption is disabled. For step B, show standby brief command, we are going to open up R1 and show standby brief. Here you can see the group, the priority, if it's active, it's standby, and its virtual IP address. Same thing with R3. Show standby brief. Active priority group virtual IP. For C, we're going to change the default gateway address for PCA through PCB. So opening up PCA, we're going to go to IP configuration, and we're going to change the default gateway to 254. We're going to exit out of this one, and now we're going to do the same to PCB under IP configuration. We're just merely switching the default gateway to 54. Next, we'll open up S1, enable, configure terminal, IP default gateway, 192.168.1.254. So now we will do the same with S3. So enable, $254. Okay, now they're both set. For final part 3, observe Hsrp operations, they want us to delete a link, and just so we can see how the difference. So for step 1, make the active router become unavailable. What we're going to do is we're going to open first PCB, they want it, and do command prompt. They want tracer 209.165.200.226. You can see it goes from here to where the next one and the next one following the path. Now that we've seen that, let me open it back up. Yeah, from here to here to here to here, and the trace is complete. We're going to break the link between R1 and S1, so right here, and we're going to escape that. Now we're going to go back to PCB, and we're going to execute up arrow, and we're going to look at the output in comparison to the output before. So as you can see, now it travels to 0.3, not 0.1 anymore, following this path. Trace complete. To finish up with step 3, we are going to reconnect the link. So go to your links, copper straight through, gigabit Ethernet 02, gigabit Ethernet 03. So we're going to wait for that to come up, and then we're going to open PCB, configure terminal. We're just going to make sure that this is working. Still waiting on the green. After we see the connection, which it's now connected, I was able to go back, and I can do it again, and you can now see that it goes back to 0.1. This concludes this packet tracer. Thank you so much for watching.